first time I saw it, I thought it was a man standing in the mist. The second time I realized it was much too tall, and it was moving without making a sound. If you were alone on Dartmoor, miles from the road, no moon above you, and no signal on your phone, what would you do if something started following your path, but never quite stepped into view? Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll understand why the worst thing I saw that night was not the figure in the fog. It was what waited for me when I finally reached shelter. This is not a story about a haunted house or a graveyard at midnight. This is a story about open land, empty land, the kind of place that should feel safer because you can see for miles, until the mist comes in and steals all distance from you. We're going through the whole night. The walk, the first wrong feeling, the turning point, the worst moment, what it cost me after, and the one detail I still cannot explain. Because Dartmoor has a reputation for a reason. People talk about phantom hounds, lost soldiers, wandering spirits, and shapes that appear where no one could possibly be. Most of those stories sound old, exaggerated, easy to dismiss, until you are out there yourself. And once you hear the sound I heard, the rest of the story changes. This happened in late autumn, years ago, when I still believed that preparation was enough to protect you from most things. I had gone to Dartmoor for a solo overnight walk. Nothing reckless. I knew the route, checked the weather, packed properly. The forecast mentioned low cloud. It did not mention the kind of darkness that makes the land feel sealed off from the rest of the world. Massive granite tors appearing as black, jagged silhouettes against a deep grey sky. Mist swirling. Tors became silhouettes. Pools of water looked like holes. The wind carried sound in strange directions. Just peat, rock, grass, and distance. I noticed footprints where there should not have been any, not fresh boot prints beside mine, just occasional impressions in the wet ground, appearing and vanishing. They were too long, too narrow. Then I heard the whistle, not a tune, just 3 low notes somewhere out in the mist. Everything said I was still on course, and yet the land no longer matched the route in my head. Then I saw the figure, thin, upright, motionless. It moved by shifting sideways through the mist in one smooth motion. A minute later, I heard the whistle again. 3 low notes, closer this time. And then I found the sheep, twisted in a way that looked wrong. No blood, just a dead animal with its eyes open. Beside it, the same long impressions. Fresh impressions were appearing in the wet ground beside my boots, as if something invisible had just walked up. That was when I ran. I ran toward the shelter. I nearly cried with relief, until I noticed the door was already open. The door should have been shut. It was hanging open by a few inches. I went inside. The whole place felt occupied, like I had entered a room where something had been waiting. Then my torch caught writing on the wall, "Stay off the south path," and I had come in from the south. But then I noticed the second line beneath it. It whistles back. Through the gap in the door, I saw a shape pass. Too tall for the doorway. It bent wrong. Then came a voice. A low voice, almost conversational. You answered. Something had heard me answer earlier, out on the moor. From somewhere impossibly close to my ear, inside the shelter, the whistle came again. 3 low notes, inside. When morning came, there was one new mark in the dirt floor, as if one narrow foot had been placed there very carefully while I slept. Maybe that is the rule no one tells you. On certain ground, in certain weather, when something calls from the fog, silence is survival. Because some places do not keep their dead in graves, they keep them in the mist. Subscribe and stay with me.